Hey Salina Scoop, this is Jace Lee Wisdom with the Sports Division, and wow, man, am I proud to say what a terrifying and incredible first week of high school football. I mean, we had everything. We had heartbreak, we had comebacks, we had everything you could think of, penalties flying left and right. I'm like, come on, seriously, refs, let them play the sport. Okay, I mean, if I was going to go in there and act like, oh, I don't want to touch you because I don't want to get hurt, I would have stayed at home. Because no, I'm not going to do that. If I'm going to come onto the football field and play some football, by golly, I'm going to hit somebody, and I'm going to like it. Now, let's get down to brass tacks. Salina South starting their 2014 campaign in a big way. A 61-32 win over McPherson. And boy, did it start off with a bang. Traven Slayton, man, you were a beast. I got to give it that to you. Man, just... oh, did you smell that ball or something? Because second play of the season? Are you kidding me? The second play of the high school season. A 16-yard fumble return for a touchdown. Now that's what I'm talking about, kicking the season off with a bang, baby. That's right. And did they stop there? Oh, no, Sally. Let's get on with the stats. Passing yards for Salina South. 219 yards. Wazenberg, you were an animal. I gotta give it to you. Hooking up, and I'm gonna give it this right here. We already have our duo for the year. The dynamic duo in Weisenberg to Dylan Becker. You guys, I'm giving you the nickname, the dynamic duo, because you two were unstoppable last Thursday night. I mean, Weisenberg, 219 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. And 11 for 16. 16 attempts, 11 completions. You got my respect right now. You got my respect. Rushing yards. Salina South, 33 carries for 225 yards. Mr. McCullough, amazing game. 19 carries, 134 yards, and 1 touchdown. You got some speed, man. I'm going to tell you right now, I haven't seen that kind of speed since Quinn Cunningham of the 2004 state title team. Man, you got the speed. You got the agility. McPherson, you couldn't do nothing. I mean, yeah, you had some good stops, but it just wasn't enough. Anyway, passing yards for McPherson, 112. Kinnaman, I'll give you credit, 7 for 13. But 4, count them 4 interceptions. That'll hurt anybody. 1 touchdown. Rushing yards for McPherson, 44 carries for 212 yards. Great game on the ground. Good game. I'll give you that. It was an amazing game to watch. I was there. My buddy Terry was there. Anywho, Nutter, 24 touches, 124 yards. An amazing run for you, Nutter. Kinnaman, 15 carries, 88 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Receiving yards. Now this is where it's going to get fun. Dylan Becker, 6 carries, 72 yards. That's over 10 yards a catch, buddy. That's a first down guaranteed. Come on, defense, where you at? That's all I got to say. He left you behind. That's where. Anywho, McPherson, 2 catches for 55 yards for Anderson, 1 touchdown. And, well, that's it for South versus McPherson. Let's get on to the next one, baby. Shall we? Lawton, Oklahoma versus Salina Central. You know, I was wondering why this had to come here. It's like, but I found out Lawton Central needed the game. It's like, hey, we'll play each other. This should be fun. Give Central some competition. See where we're at. Central, I think you were a little high for your words there. But hey, I'll give you credit. I will give you respect for taking on this team. Lawton High School, 270 passing yards. Missouri, 14 for 26, 0 interceptions, 260 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Central quarterback, 35 passing yards, 7 for 14, 0 interceptions, 35 yards. Not much working there. Rushing yards. Lawton High, 90 carries, 42 yards. Hey, Central, you did something right. You stopped the running game. I mean, massively. No, sorry, let me rephrase that. 42 carries, 90 yards. I got that backwards. That's my fault. My glitch. My bad. I'm sorry. Hey, you never know. Anywho, Central, 52 carries, 223 yards. So you did something right. You got that running game. Let's get that passing game up. Anywho, and then receiving, Lawton High, Sandler, 7 catches for 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. Hey, that's where it is. Right that way. Central, Bigler, 1 catch, 10 yards. Peters, 2 catches for 9. Blurt, 3 catches for 48. Ooh, that's heartbreaking for any coach, any offensive coach, or anything. But anyway, now on to the next one. Southeast of Salina at Sacred Heart, the rivalry game that rose some eyebrows. It's like, why is it so early? And I explained in the last blog why. I have to say, after I read these stats, I'm going to say, was it a tune-up game? Or was it supposed to be a rivalry game? Because when you look at it on paper, it was a blowout. I'm sorry, Sacred Heart. Southeast of Salina, 157 passing yards. Mr. Schelsner, 10 passes of 15 attempts, 157 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Sacred Heart, 82 passing yards. McCartney, 3 passes, 3 completions out of 10 attempts, 1 interception, 67 yards, 1 touchdown. Rushing for Sacred Heart, 36 carries, 131 yards. Hey, you got something working for you. But then we get to Southeast of Salina, rushing yards. 41 carries, 344 yards. 344 yards? Are you kidding me? Come on now. Woo! That boy. You got some boys that can run. Woo! Man, made my head spin, that's for sure. Besner, 13 carries for 113 yards, 2 touchdowns. Murray, 5 carries, 41 yards. Man, Murray, woo, you're guaranteed a first down every time you touch the ball. What happened? Did they put something in your water? Woo, I gotta say, once again, there's some speed for you. Sacred Heart, 36 carries, 131 yards. Fariber, 7 carries, 67 yards, 1 touchdown. Alverza, 7 touches, 42 yards. Hey, doing pretty good. Keep those stats coming. You may make All-State, baby. Receiving yards, Southeast of Salina. Sager, 5 catches, 43 yards, 1 touchdown. Besher, 3 catches, 37 yards. Sacred Heart McMillan, 2 catches, 68 yards, 1 touchdown. And Gaskill for Sacred Heart, 1 catch and 10 yards. Sacred Heart, it's going to be a long season, but you know what? You still got your fans there, and they'll root you on every game, as just will I for all my high school and college needs and professional. Anywho, another game for last game of high school for the week. El Saline at Inman. El Saline winning 20-8. El Saline passing yards 70-0. 2 passes for 5 out of 5 attempts for 70 yards. Inman 84 passing yards. Conrad 3 passes completed out of 5 attempts for 84 yards. Dang, man, you got an arm. You got some accuracy. That's pretty dang good. Anywho, rushing yards for El Saline, 46 carries, 337 yards. I gotta wonder, did they put something in the water of these running backs? I mean, South, you had 225 rushing. You have 223 for Central and 44 for Southeast of Salina. The running backs got to be getting some of that magic water. Oh, I can taste it. Anywho, Walters, 18 carries, 167 yards, 1 touchdown. Blank for Inman, 13 carries for 57 yards. Jacobson back for El Saline, 8 carries, 92 yards and a touchdown. Strange for Inman, 8 carries and 44 yards. Receiving, El Saline Clark, 2 catches for 70 yards. Once again, that's at least. Ooh, that's at least a first down every time he touches the ball. You got to get somebody on these people. And then again, Barlow, 3 catches for 84 yards. Man, I'm thinking running backs are sharing the water with these receivers. Woo-hoo! Well, anyhow, hey, that's it for high school this week. Let's get on with college. Kansas State, Iowa State, Farmageddon. I'm a K-State fan, I will say that. All right, and I despise Iowa State for one reason and one reason only. No matter how good K-State is and how bad Iowa State is, or vice versa, these two are in deadlock competition. You want a good game no matter what the team's statistics say on paper? I mean, I got statistics right here, and this game is still never a blowout for either team. Who knows? I'll give Iowa State credit. They give us competition every year, even in 2012. K-State, a great team, probably one of the better teams in the nation that year, versus Iowa State was mediocre. I mean, you still had respect. You were still getting respect from K-State, and yet you almost beat us. We beat you 27-20, and then this year, 32-28. You almost had K-State. I'll give you credit. Now on to the statistics. Jake Waters, another big day through the air. 16 completions out of 29 attempts for 239 yards. 2 rushing touchdowns. I said that. 2 rushing touchdowns? Do we have another Colin Klein in the making? Maybe. Anywho, Richardson for Iowa State, 21 for 30 for 185 yards, 1 interception, and 1 touchdown pass. Rushing yards, Kansas State, Waters, 20 carries for 138 yards. Yeah, I'm smelling another Colin Klein in the making. But don't listen to me. Look, read the paper. Read the statistics. This shows it. But, once again, it's Iowa State. But if you're going to let somebody like Jake Waters come in, and you're looking like you're going to have this baby won, but yet you let him through again, he's going to show you why you don't look past K-State. But K-State doesn't look past anybody. No. Oklahoma, you may look past K-State. That's all right. Anyway, back on track. Jones for Kansas State, a newcomer. Out of nowhere, 13 carries, 75 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Wimberly for Iowa State, 14 carries, 37 yards. Neely, 10 carries, 38 yards, and 1 touchdown. Receiving yards, Kansas State, Lockett, another big day, 6 catches, 136 yards. Yes, Iowa State did keep the infamous Lockett out of that end zone. Hey, every squirrel finds a nut. Anywho, Curry Sexton with 3 catches, 21 yards. That's another almost guaranteed first down per carry. You gotta do something defense. Iowa State West, 8 catches, 75 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an 82-yard punt return. And as a K-State fan, man, that's embarrassing when you let a team do that. 82-yard punt return. Yeah, that's embarrassing. A kick return? Not as embarrassing. Why? Because the fact of the matter, you're more spread out. The punt return, though, that's a little more embarrassing. But anyhow. And quick thanks to Ryan for covering the Salina Bombers. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you so much for covering that for me while I was at the Salina South game last Thursday. Anywho, and to finish off this weekend, Hastings coming into Kansas Wesleyan. Matt Drinkle in his debut, not so much. Hastings winning big, 61-21 at Kansas Wesleyan. Passing yards for Hastings, 286 yards. Over Miller for Hastings, 18 completions out of 33 attempts, 1 interception, 192 passing yards, and 2 touchdowns. Kansas Wesleyan, 344 passing yards. No comment? No, I got none. Anywho, 16 completions out of 28. Hey, you're working on something there, buddy. Good going there. 238 yards. Rushing, Hastings, 56 carries for 368 yards. Wow, there's the comment. Kansas Wesleyan, 46 carries on 96 yards. Flores for Hastings, 14 carries, 106 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Fowler, 15 carries for 49 yards and a touchdown. Kansas Wesleyan, Satch, 20 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. Curran, 12 carries for 49 yards. Receiving yards, Hastings, Curley, 5 catches for 76 yards. And again, that's another first down per catch. Really? Anything? I got nothing. Kansas Wesleyan, Thompson, 6 catches for 149 yards and a touchdown. Are you kidding me? Really? 150 yards? And only in 6 catches? Wow. You know, if I was a defensive player trying to cover that guy, I'd probably walk off the field. Because I think I just got embarrassed. But that's me. Matt Drinkle, you got a long season ahead of you. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything. I look at what the paper tells me. And the paper tells me a lot. But anywho, and to finish off the statistics for this week, Wallman for Hastings, 4 catches for 55 yards and a touchdown. Satch, 10 catches for 51 yards. Hey, that's a manageable per down every time. Anywho, well, that wraps it up for this week for my post review of the weekend games. Catch me up on Thursday for this coming week 2 of high school football and week 3 of college. Here I am, Jace Lee Wisdom for the Salina Scoop. You keep on keeping on and keep scooping. Have a good day.